Welcome to HS Game Time, and nobody can break it down like this guy right here, EPJ. And it's another episode of By the Numbers. And Eric, let's start with last week's question. And if you didn't know, it's already in Tuesday's paper every week. But Greg Oliver had a huge season for Bloomington in 1994. He set the new state record. But who was the guy who had the record prior to Oliver?
Yeah, Greg Oliver scored 352 points in that 1994 season, just shattering the state mark. The previous state mark was 282 points, and that was held by Valley View's David Dotson during his record-breaking 91 season, when he not only set, at that time, the points mark, but also the single-season rushing yards in one season. So both fantastic seasons for both players. Greg Oliver still holds the area record for points scored in a season.
352, that's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, now you know. Now to some of the numbers this week. The Norco football team, 25 and counting, really. And when you're talking about playoff appearances in consecutive seasons, and that number could grow again this season.
Yeah, and if it does grow by one more, they would equal the area record, which is 26 consecutive playoff victories, which Fontana had from, I believe it was 1974 to 1999. So talking to Doug Gerhardt, it is well known, that streak in the area. Every year there's shirts made of how many consecutive seasons on there. And he says at Norco, being a one-school town still, it's all about tradition. The kids playing now have had fathers, brothers, uncles all play for the team. You want to carry on that legacy. You want to have the tradition keep going, and you don't want to be on the team that sees that streak end. So Norco, they started the year 0-2 in league, but they bounced back to win 2 in a row. If they beat King, they are in the playoffs. If they lose, they're going to be on a little bit shaky ground. So, it's simple. Todd Gerhardt said they've been treating every game like a playoff game, even on their scouting reports. Roosevelt and Corona were listed as playoff game 1, playoff game 2. This week was King in or out. So they're treating every game huge.
You got to win. Plus, as you touched on it, you don't want to be that team that
Right.
ends that streak. Vista Murrieta winning very big all season long.
Yeah, right now, we look at their point spread right now, they're beating teams by an average of 35.4 points per game. So right now that would be, it's the biggest in our area. It's on pace to be the 6th largest, average points per victory in season history. The area record, obviously, Bloomington in the year they set the national scoring record in 1994, beat teams by an average of 46.1 points per game. So that's the area record. I don't think Vista is going to kind of touch that. But the Riverside County record is Centennial, who in 2010 beat teams by an average of 37.2 points per game. So that might be in, kind of the ballpark there. Mm-hmm. But, beating teams by between 4 and 5 touchdowns a game, very impressive for Vista Murrieta. A team usually in years past not known for lopsided scores, but we're seeing kind of that dominance this season.
Man, that Bloomington team with Greg Oliver, that's crazy. Michael Darr, he's not flying under the radar per se, but in terms of top quarterbacks, he's putting up some awesome career numbers at Santiago.
Yeah, he's been the starting quarterback under Jeff Steinberg for 3 years, and we know Coach Steinberg has a very quarterback-friendly offense. He gets to throw the ball a lot. So right now, Michael Darr, if you look at his career, 5,680 yards. He's 320 yards away right now from being, a 6,000-yard career passer, which has only happened 12 other times in our career. So he's trying, or in the area's history. So trying to become that 13th area passer to hit 6,000 yards. We've already had one quarterback reach that, mark this year, and that was Murrieta Mesa's Chase Chambers, who unfortunately suffered a season-ending knee injury a couple weeks ago. But 6,000 yards, a great milestone number for quarterbacks in our area. Michael Darr is on the edge of that.
He is right there. Okay, so that leads us to your question of the week for this coming week. What former Riverside County quarterback holds the inland record for passing yards in a career?
Yeah, and we talk about 6,000 being, kind of a nice little benchmark. I'll say right now, kind of the quarterback who holds this record threw for over 8,000 yards as a 3-year starting quarterback. So, and it's, pretty much in recent memory, we've seen the passing game take off a little bit more in inland area history. So, so that's this week's question. Who is the inland area's all-time leading passer?
All right, so think about it. Go back a couple of years, prolific offenses, and who put up a lot of numbers, and which quarterback. And you can find out next Tuesday as EPJ breaks it down by the numbers. I'm Pep Fernandez. That's Eric Paul Johnson. We'll see you next time.